Most schoolers and community builders think they need more members to grow their MRR, but it's not about more members, it's about earning more per member because you can't build a strong community with the wrong members. So attracting more of the right members is crucial, but it's only one part of the MRR equation. If you want more MRR, that requires three systems working together. One, attraction systems. So you need to attract the right members, obviously. Two, you need engagement systems because we need to engage the lurkers so they actually take action and get results. And three, we need retention systems because we need to give members a reason to keep paying month after month. So here's where most community owners mess this up. Most school communities struggle to grow for one simple reason. They built their community around the content. So if you look at most schoolers' about pages, then it's just a grocery list of stuff that they get access to inside the community. So you can see these screenshots. You get, stuff, content. But the truth is, people don't want more information. They already get so much information on a daily basis, and they don't have time to join another school community because they're probably in like 10 of them. So those who do come for the content, because some people will, are low commitment members who just lurk and leave when they think they've got what they need. So this creates no engagement or low engagement, no results and no referrals because people don't have a reason to stick around. So here's how we build cult-like communities so we can earn more per member. If you want your members to stick around for life so you can actually grow your MRR, then you need to give them a reason to belong. And that's why we don't build communities around the content, we build it around the collective because humans are wired to belong. Tribal belonging is how we've survived as a species for this long, and it still controls what we buy and who we buy from. So if you know how to build for belonging, you can create a customer for life. And that's how we helped Funk turn his failed fitness membership from 0 to 1.2 million in 18 months because this time his members wanted to pay to belong. Because selling access to content, like most schoolers, works against human nature, making it hard to get members to join and engage and stick around. But building community around a collective works with human nature, so they want to join the party. And that's why we aren't afraid to niche down and carve out our own little corner of the internet. We're not for everyone, and that's the point, because this is how we attract the right members who are more likely to engage, or more likely to join, engage, and pay and stay for life, while repelling the outsiders who don't fit the vibe. And that's the difference between a common community and a customer cult. So let me show you how we helped Funk turn his business into a 7-figure community with tattooed members. When we met Funk Roberts, he had just shut down his failed fitness community because his members just didn't want to pay to belong. Even though he had 500,000 subscribers on YouTube and a huge email list, his members were canceling and refunding and decided to just shut down everything before his merchant account did for him. And so he had great content, he was a great coach, a great leader, and all those things, but his members just weren't engaging, weren't posting, weren't getting results. And that's because he built his membership around the content, not the collective. And so when we got together and rebuilt it around a collective, that's when we started getting this tribe effect, right? And we grew to 12,000 members. They started engaging like crazy. They were posting results and rituals every day. They were meeting up offline. They were bragging about buying lifetime access. Bruce went from brand new to branded in 112 days in the program. And we hit 1.2 million in 18 months and got a cool little award from Russell Brunson. And so Funk went from a struggling membership with low content consumption and engagement to a 7-figure brotherhood because his members weren't there for the content. They were there for the cause and the collective and the brotherhood. And so the content became the byproduct of this mission. And so here's the 3-step belonging formula that we use to build customer cults that people actually want to pay to belong to. Okay, so let me show you a visual of the difference between a common community and a customer cult. So the common community is built around content. The customer cult is built around the collective, right? So we can see a common community looks something like this. That's where there's you marketing to a bunch of different types of people, right? Most people go broad niche so they can increase the number of members they get, which leads them to just go broad niche, attracting different types. We got squares, circles, triangles, and whatever, right? Whoever will buy, we'll let them in, right? So there's you attracting whoever is going to buy. promising content, courses, coaching, content, cool bonuses, right? That's what your Skool About page might look like to whoever is possibly interested in joining or paying for it. And this creates a disconnect, right? We get a community full of strangers, different types of people on different paths, different goals, different language, right? And so that's where this is built for buyers, low commitment buyers who just pay and stay until they get what they think they need and then they leave. Whereas the customer cult, we focus on one member, one mission with one method to bridge that gap. So we have, instead of whoever will buy, we focus on the collective, right? Whoever is similar to us. So that way the collective is a similar group of people, we, not me, trying to achieve a similar mission, right? So what is the outcome we can help them achieve? Because people want transformation, not information. So we don't want to promise a bunch of stuff that we know they won't engage with. We want to promise them an outcome, a transformation that we know we can help them get because they are similar to us. So now we have similar people doing similar, on a mission to achieve a similar thing, doing similar things with the one method, right? What is that unique methodology that differentiates you from every other Skool community, every other person in your niche? And so if this is something they've never heard of, now they see, okay, we've got similar people just like me on a similar mission to achieve what I want, following a similar method I've never seen before. Now this is built for belonging because the subconscious mind says, this is for me, this is where I belong. So how we apply this to Skool is, to increase MRR, you need attraction, engagement, and retention working together. So the way this works in tandem with Skool to get all three dominoes knocked over is the attraction. When you can say, who are we, where are we going, and how do we get there? Now that sales page creates psychological buy-in to say, this is for me. This just spoke to me. This is where I belong. And then engagement, that's at the classroom level, right? So we look at how we break down that methodology into behavior change so that we can push them into the community doing the same rituals as everyone else so that it becomes more and more similar. And we know that people conform to group behavior because that's how humans are wired for tribal belonging. So if we can get everybody to do the same things, we can increase the likeliness that they will change their behavior to conform and adapt to the community so they engage and get results and pay and stay for life and buy everything else. And so that leads us into retention. So at the community level, we want to intensify this similarity, intensify their feeling of belonging, because if they feel like they belong to your community, they will pay and stay for life, and there's nowhere else that makes sense for them to go. They will choose your community over everyone else. So if you want to grow your MRR, you need to give members a reason to belong, and culture beats content every time. So if you want to earn more per member, then mission number one is creating this mission-based offer to create psychological buy-in, right? Who are we, where are we going, and how do we get there? When you can put those on your about page, that's how you know what to say in your content and your copy so that you get that psychological buy-in. And then this is how you know what to create in your classroom to incentivize engagement and results. And then this is the systems behind the community to intensify tribal belonging. So this is how it all comes together to create connection and cohesion and belonging rather than creating disconnect, confusion, and a community full of strangers, right? Don't build for buyers, build for belonging. So that's the first mission we're going on in Cult Creators. So if you have a message to share and the balls to lead, and you want to grow your MRR by getting more results and revenue, because results is a currency for Cult Creators, then join us in Cult Creators. It's $69 a month right now, and we're going to help you build out this tribe map so you can get psychological buy-in, engagement, retention, so your members want to pay and stay for life. So that's the Cult Creator model. Don't build a common community, build a customer cult. All right, we'll see you inside.